to the NightChild Reviews Prince, and today we're looking at some of Prince's greatest B-sides. I want to make just three very quick points before we begin. One, these are not in order. There's just so many, it's almost impossible to put them in order, so they're not in order. Two, there are so many great Prince B-sides that I don't rule out in a few months' time, maybe doing some more, because there are just so many that we could look at. And three, I really want to know your favourite B-sides. What are those songs that you think, just phenomenal B-sides from Prince? The very first song we look at is a song called God. Now, there are certain Prince songs, I believe, that really should be listened to on headphones, completely in the dark, and this just certainly is one of them. It's a B-side, this song God, to a rather obscure kind of, fairly unknown Prince song. What's it called again? Oh yeah, Purple Rain. I mean, it doesn't get bigger than that. Now, there are two versions of this. There's a UK version, which was kind of a 7 minutes 54, an instrumental version, which is the love theme from Purple Rain. And then there's this version, which was recorded 6 months afterwards, which is just simply called God, and that's about 4 minutes too, and that's a vocal performance. Now, when I say vocals, these vocals are beyond belief. They really are. The assurity, the confidence, the sheer raw divine talent of these vocals just puts Prince in a world of his own. It really does. Now, whilst this song is very religious, I really don't think you have to be religious in order to just appreciate the sheer idiosyncrasy, the sheer originality of this track. This is a track really like no other that I've ever heard. It starts with the kind of this wind sound effect coming in, and then this keyboard kind of rising up, and then straight away Prince goes into the vocals. Now, Prince's vocals here are strong, clear, crisp, kind of echoing sound. It begins also a piano just starts playing gently in the background, and then Prince makes these noises. Now, I really don't know what else to call them other than sounds I have never heard anyone else make before. They really are just indescribable. He plays around with them and kind of builds them, and 25 seconds there's this really remarkable high falsetto sound that Prince makes. Now, it would be remarkable if it weren't for the fact that a few seconds later, in 41 seconds, Prince makes what I believe is the highest note I've ever heard a human make. It is just ridiculously high. I mean, it is just madly high. It is insane, it really is. This is Prince at its absolute height, it really is. And he uses kind of biblical imagery in this song. He talks about the story of creation. He talks about how God gave us light to rule the day and another light to rule the night. And he kind of builds this. So 154, his vocal just soars, and it's a remarkable, it kind of flutters, but it's just so powerful, so strong. It's remarkable, and it has these kind of shrill shrieks and the finger snaps, and it just starts to crescendo and build. And by about 3 minutes in, Prince is just screaming, crying, pleading. You're drawn into this kind of remarkable world of Prince, who was, even though he just achieved a phenomenal commercial success with Purple Rain, he was still willing to take risks and to put this song on the B-side. It's just phenomenal. It really is. Wendy Melvoin talked about how she imagined people picking up Purple Rain and listening to Purple Rain, then turning it over and having this kind of shock where they hear this kind of religious, almost church-like kind of gospel thriller as a B-side, and how they would find it really difficult to kind of correlate the different sort of parts of Prince, the Darling Nikki, the God. It's remarkable. And towards the end, Prince also talks about, wake up children, time to dance, the Dance Electric, that fantastic song. Prince, Andre Simone, Dance Electric, just phenomenal song. So, in essence, stunning vocals, remarkable vocals, pure, experimentation, a performance by someone who really, truly believed fully in his gift. This was a person who was not afraid of anything. He was going to do what he wanted to do. He had such belief, such amazingly confident, strong vocals like no one else. He was clearly someone who was very different. This is such almost a bare bones track because there's very little in it other than Prince's powerful voice and the piano work as well, but it really is all about this kind of almost gospel-like, almost a cappella, in the sense that there's not a great deal more musically going on, but this is just such powerful vocals. It is bizarre, some of the sounds he makes, fantastic, really primal, just phenomenal. Anyway, I'll see you tomorrow for the next Prince B-side.